So we have our circle growing in size, but eventually it gets too big. It blocks the rest of the animation or design or whatever you want to call it. And so what we can do is we can use our conditional logic to say, once we get back to a certain size, we want to reset this circle size. So we can say if circle size is greater than 200, just as an example, then we can set circle size back to 0. And so now we'll have this animation that resets. Of course, we can set whatever number we want this to be. And we can reset it to any number we want as well. So we could set it to 20, or we could set it to 100, or we could even set it, if we want just like a really quick animation, we can change those values. So that's another good use for logic. There's lots of other uses for logic. It's used, for tons and tons of different things. Anytime we have a condition that we want to change what we see in the program or the outcome of a program, we can use logic. There's a lot more complex ways to do logic. We'll look at one of those in the second half of class. But for now, we can do some workshop time. The assignment for this week is to create an interactive comic where things change over the course of a few panels. We'll go over like a basic setup for that, but you can interpret that loosely. It doesn't have to be like a comic like you would read in the newspaper. If you want to do something like that, that's great. You can do that. But if you want to do something that's more abstract, maybe it's just different designs that change over a few panels as you click on it or something like that. You can do something more abstract, or if you have different concepts that you want to do, that's fine. For now, you guys can play around with different logic. Just see if you can do different things, and you could think about a concept for the project. In the second part of class, I'll go over this sort of second component of logic that makes things a little bit more complex, and then we'll set up our interactive comic template. All right, so I'm going to